I'm Kimber.
I'm Will.
We are Crossfire Co-op, and we are bringing you our impressions and review of Final Fantasy XV Duscae.
Boom. Wait. This case says Type 0 HD?
Yeah, well, Duscae is a demo that came in that game. Demo for the long-awaited
Final Fantasy XV. This started out as part of Final Fantasy XIII. All is going to be revealed soon, though.
On Wednesday, the 30th of March, right before young Will's birthday. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We will be there live to cover it. Make sure you check out our Twitter, twitter.crossfirecoop.com, and Facebook. Of course, facebook.crossfirecoop.com for the latest updates right from the show floor.
You can also watch it live.
Yep, right on Twitch.
But you should pay attention to our tweets.
In fact, we'll probably even host it on our Twitch channel.
Yeah, I think that's a really good idea.
Awesome.
Sweet.
So let's get into the review. Let's get into the chunk of the matter.
The chunk of the matter, what?
Of the matter.
Okay.
Your thoughts, milady.
My thoughts. Without spoilers, of course.
Of course. Always without spoilers to start.
Spoiler free, it's the way to be. Well, I was floored. In a good way. I felt like the movement of the characters was really human. Like, the wind would push past them and change their hair and change their clothes, or if you walked past someone in your party, you might be used to like just kind of walking past them in any other game, but this one it actually like nudges them or shoves them a little bit.
Or they do a little play where they like shove each other.
Yeah, they do that too. Even when they're walking into a cold place, you can see their breath and they like shiver. So I was really wowed with how realistic it is, movement-wise, graphics-wise. I was really impressed. Sound-wise, actually, for the first time that I've noticed. I mean, I'm just playing on a TV, like no fancy speaker setup.
You had headphones on, though.
I had headphones on. But I was in a place where there was a radio in a Final Fantasy game. We'll get to that. And I heard directionally the radio louder depending on which direction I was looking as a character, and there was a radio. So it's the first time I really perceived that. So I found that to be really impressive.
It was really cool. You could tell exactly where bad guys were coming from just by the sound.
Well, I think the moves were awesome. I found the weapon really confusing. Like you can't see everything because it's a demo, so there are things that you just don't know what they do. But it wasn't clear to me if I was actually choosing weapons or if it was telling me what weapon the character would use when they did special attacks. I think the dragon jump was awesome. I loved that.
Hardcore Dragoon fan.
Yes. But I found it hard to get the fighting mechanics down. Like, I did fine in fights, but when I went to spar, I could never win.
Although, you did a lot of sparring early on. I think once, at least for me, once I got through the first hour, I really felt more into the combat. It was much more fluid once I got used to it. There was a steep learning curve for it, though.
Yeah, what else? The monsters were awesome. They were from the size of a dog up to, I don't even know what. There's a car, again, a Final Fantasy game with a car. The characters were great. We got to know them a little bit. They actually changed a little bit over time, even the short time of a demo. But the thing that I just don't get is the backstory.
Well, I think they didn't go into too much depth of the backstory because it was a demo. It was just a taste of the world, a taste of the characters. It was a grand taste. I mean, the demo was huge.
I mean, I forgot it was a demo. I was like, why is this question mark here? Why can't I choose the... Oh, because it's a demo.
Yeah. So I think they didn't want to reveal too much at that point.
I mean, there was a little bit at the end.
And the side interactions between when you went off with a member of your party, that was cool.
That was really cool.
Nice character development there.
Definitely. There was like one girl in the whole demo. She was definitely eye candy.
To say the least.
I watched something with an interview from some of the creators, and they're like, "Oh, guys act differently when there are girls around. I wanted them to act like guys." I'm like, "Yeah, that's fine, but like,
There's a lot of girl players too.
where like, yeah, and like girl players will find them attractive."
Oh, really?
Maybe Zoe. It's all from Zoe. She's the one who says it. But like, there aren't any like strong female characters so far. I've heard some things, which I won't say because I don't know if they're true. But I mean, maybe that will change.
Let's not go there.
But I look like a strong female character.
We'll find out more on Wednesday.
Maybe I could be. Okay.
Let's get into scores.
Okay. Ready?
Yep.
Oh.
Pretty close today.
I scored it 9.0 chocobos.
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 And a 9.5 for me.
I was going to give it a 9.5. But then I reconsidered because of the lack of, like, I had no idea what the background of these characters was. And because the weapon system was just really confusing to me.
For me, it wasn't as much the story. Because kind of like the Bravely Default demo, how the demo was a huge chunk of combat and the world. Once we actually got the game, there was so much more story in the game itself. I felt the same way about this demo. It was a huge chunk to really introduce you to the characters and the combat and the world, and for them to have a chance to test out what they were thinking. For me, the character development wasn't as crucial because I expect that to come with the main game. For me, the reason it wasn't a 10, and it was close, was just the fact that I got stuck at one point on a rock. I had to go back to a previous area to get out of the glitch. That, for me, decreased my score a little bit. Also, as you're saying, the combat, I agree with you there. It did have a steep learning curve.
Well, it's not even the combat for me. It was like, there's an area where you can choose a weapon, and I had no idea, like, you'll see if you play. I just couldn't tell if I was choosing the weapon that he was going to have the whole time, or if I was choosing a weapon for a particular attack, or what.
It seems like they've updated that system for the full launch by some videos I've been seeing out of Japan. So we'll see. Learn more this week. But
yeah, learning more very soon.
Anything else you want to cover before we talk spoilers?
Before spoilers? No.
Spoiler warning!
Spoilers!
So, what do you want to spoil?
There is a ginormous thing, and I fought it a lot.
He's huge.
It's by a lake, it's like a dinosaur.
This is one thing that kind of bugged me at first, was the first time you fight him, well, the game wants you to run away. But for me, being the type of player I am, I wanted to stay and fight it. I was trying to fight it, and I died a couple times trying to fight it, because I didn't really get the indication that I was supposed to run away.
I think I killed it eventually.
Not the first go around, though.
No, after I got some special powers.
Yes.
Which, by the way, I was really confused about. Because I was like, how did I do this? What is this? And I think there was like, I was on Twitch and people were talking to me and I was trying to pay attention, and then I was just like, oh crap, I just missed the explanation of whatever this is.
But you just become epic.
You become crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that killed that big dinosaur really good.
Really good.
Really good.
One thing I want to say about that, though, I hope that the summons aren't game-breaking. Because
You mean you can just go and summon and summon and summon and have no...
Well, I fooled around with the demo a little bit after killing the behemoth, and it just seemed like when I was able to summon, just everything died.
Yeah, It was Bernie
Yeah.
Shard. By
It
the
was
way,
beautiful.
it was beautiful. Behemoth, they make jokes in the game. They said something about the purple people eater, the behemoth, and then somebody called one of the characters Prince Charmless. I found the banter really cool. Also, there's a really amazing day versus night,
Yeah.
and it's just beautiful. Like, I was running around doing videos of like just me playing and running, and by the way, they get tired like real people too. That was realistic in a good way, but also I was like, dang it, now I have to walk because I'm tired.
One of my favorite parts of the game was just the interaction between the guys. The fact that it felt like a real, now, just today setting. But then there was Behemoth and
Yeah, it was crazy.
Summons and
There was good product placement. I think there was like Coleman camping gear. And then at the end of the day, there's a phone you see, and you see like a picture that was taken that day. But it was still very modern car, and yet the Behemoth. Like I just found, I was like, what's going on? Like, someone tell me what's going on. That was why the low review. We just a little something would have been good.
although I love the direction they're taking Final Fantasy.
What direction is that?
Just, it's a mix between where it's been in throughout its history, the RPG aspects, the party, but it's like a modern party, a modern feel, new combat system that actually, it kind of is like a Tales game in certain aspects where you're fighting the creatures directly, but it felt fluid.
Well, you mentioned modern party. So, in almost every game I've played with a party, like, you're the party leader, the people follow you. That's nice, you feel followed. But in this game, like, they're out to the sides of you. Like, they go in the same direction as you. Eventually. Even the group fighting, like, they do things on their own, and they do things with you, and it just feels like, I mean, I've never fought a behemoth, but it feels realistic to me.
Yeah, the way they have the AI set up feels natural.
It does.
Some of the best character AI I've ever played.
I agree.
And I think it's even where you can fine tune it to where they attack more or stand back more.
Yeah, I believe that's true.
Yep. Well, anything else to say?
If this demo is any indication of how the game will turn out, I hope you'll find it well worth the long wait. I am certainly very excited to play it.
Yeah.
I might just drop everything I'm doing and play it.
By far one of my most anticipated games of the year.
I agree.
This is up now for $20. Let's say a person isn't interested in Type 0, which I hear is a great game, hope to have a review up soon. But let's say you're not interested in Type 0. You just want to try Duscae. We don't know what's going to be announced this week. So throw all that aside. Would you buy Duscae for $20?
Yep.
I would as well. I feel we got our money's worth just from the demo, and that's crazy.
How many hours do we?
I think it was like maybe 4 to 5.
Maybe 4 to 5. But it was like really well done 4 to 5 hours.
Yeah.
I could have spent more time.
Oh yeah, the world is just dying to have you in it. It's amazing.
It is really cool.
Awesome. Thank you for watching our Final Fantasy Duscae review. Make sure you stay tuned to CrossfireCoop.com for everything Final Fantasy.
And we'll see you later.